Welcome back, everybody. This is the Lorcana Beehive. We're here with the Lore Lowdown, episode 22, coming at you
Let's
right on
go.
the heels of the set 12 release. Justin, what are your thoughts on the release? How did you do? What did you do this weekend? Did you go to any pre-release events? How'd you fare?
Man, I didn't go to any pre-release events. It was horrible, but also great because my son was playing baseball all weekend.
Hmm.
Started off on Friday. We did pool play. So he split the pool play games. They won one, lost one. And then they got into bracket play, which they were was it third in bracket play. So they ended up playing against the second place team,
Hmm.
which incidentally was the team that they lost to on Friday. And they didn't just lose to them, they got thumped. It was bad. It was
Oh
like
no.
22-2. It was real bad.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, so they go into this game on Saturday and they just crushed this team. They came out as a completely different team. They put them through the ringer, and you could see the look on the other team's face where they thought they were going to play one team and they got a
Got
completely
another?
different one.
Yeah.
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 And so they won it, got to the championship game, came up short in the championship game, unfortunately, but still walked away with a ring. So,
Hey,
hey, I think that's a win, right?
yeah.
So,
That sounds
uh,
like a good weekend.
but yeah, I missed out on that and then did Mother's Day festivities yesterday. And so didn't get to make it to any pre-release events. But what about you? Did you make it to
No,
any?
no. I was building a backyard this weekend, so I put in like a whole flagstone patio fire pit and grass.
As
I was
one does,
I was busy.
apparently.
I was busy this weekend, so
That's wild.
I wasn't able to get, so I kind of lived vicariously through social media this weekend. I was looking at
Yeah.
everybody's deck lists, I was looking at cards, I was looking at prices. So I've just been kind of living off the Tigger hype, to be honest. We got a group chat and everybody's popping off about their pulls.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I've had a bunch of really good pulls. I mean, we ended up with a Mrs. Incredible Enchanted, which was great. I pulled a playset of Dales, almost pulled a playset of foil Dales somehow.
Whoa.
I don't know what's going on with our Dale pulls over here, but it was wild. And then yeah, it was I mean, I am wearing my proverbial pre-release shirt, which says hashtag broke on it, because that's exactly what I am right now, because we bought plenty of product. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I came home Friday. The game store wasn't open, so
Oh no.
I wasn't able to get the product on the day I wanted to, and then I filled up my driveway with like road base and sand, so I couldn't pull out of my driveway for a while. So I wasn't able to get anything.
If any game stores are listening, you guys really need to figure out how to get on
Yeah,
like Uber Eats or something, or let's do some like
give me a
DoorDash type
delivery
things.
service, or just when you get a distributor shipment, just have like two boxes go to my house every time.
Yeah,
It'll be okay.
it'll be fine. Like,
Yeah,
what's the worst thing that could happen, you
just
know?
uh, throw those into the lost pile. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Hmm.
That's so funny. But yeah, I mean, so far been really exciting. And I think this might be why you said your Tigger's group chat was popping off pretty hard over the weekend, which is I don't know if anybody noticed, but the pull rates increased,
Yeah,
right?
like a significant amount.
Yeah.
I was hearing all sorts of reports. Like somebody opened a pre-release kit, got five enchanteds.
Hmm.
Like I heard about like 20 legendaries and like 40 packs. It's just, I don't know. I love that. I think it's really good for the game to have a pull like every other pack, something crazy, you know?
I do. I agree. I think it was really fun to open this set. It was really
Hmm.
nice to see a lot of legendary gold at the bottom there as I was ripping through packs. It definitely hurt when I saw a legendary gold followed up by a blue Kita, but sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get the bad legendary in the set. So,
Yeah.
but it was really good. I think I haven't really kind of cataloged my pull rates really, but we did walk away. We bought a case. We walked away with an enchanted. We walked away a bunch of leggies. Like I said, all my Dale pulls were amazing. So,
Yeah.
it's pretty intense. But, that's what you have to look forward to, Sam. Go buy some boxes. Have
I
fun.
want to. I want to buy a box and a trove and just have a heyday.
Heck yeah,
But
dude.
what are the implications of higher pull rates, right? Because like if you're a collector, this is awesome. This is like
Right.
number one thing that could happen. If you're a player, you love it because it drives the price down of cards. I guess it hurts the people that, kind of try to get value back from their boxes cases.
I don't know.
What do
I
you think
want to
about
do
that?
the math because
Yeah.
frankly, before the pull rates increased, as you pulled these cards, you were able to do the math, and I've done it several times where I just got super hyper focused. And I'm like, I just want to do the math on this and see if I got my money's worth, right? Did I get
Mhm.
$140 worth of product from this box? And, 9 times out of 10, yeah, you get right around that. It's not perfect, but you're
Yeah, if you
getting
add
right
up like
around
the
that
rares,
rate.
super rares,
Yeah. If you're adding
uncommons,
it all
everything.
up,
Yeah,
yeah, if you're adding everything up, every penny, right? Like, which I mean, to be real, you're not going to sell things for pennies. You're not going to, like, I don't know, when
right.
I'm doing sales, it's like if it's under 50 cents, I'm like, just take the card. I don't care.
Sure.
Like you're just moving on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like there's that. So I'd like to do the math on that and just kind of see what it ends up equating to. I wager it still evens out because though you're dropping the value of, say, a legendary,
You get more of
you get
them,
more
right?
of them.
Yeah.
And so that
Well,
should
and some of the
equal it
legendaries
out.
don't actually like change in price, right? You, like all of your dud legendaries kind of stay around that $2, $3 range anyway.
Right.
So if you pull more of those, it's like, okay, if you only pull 3 or 4 legendaries a box, but all of them are duds, you walked away with like what, less than
Nothing.
$20, right?
Yeah.
But if you pull 6 or 7 uh
Six,
legendaries
seven.
and then like I don't know.
Yeah.
It could go either way, but I think is it confirmed that we get like higher enchanted pull rates too?
I- Confirmed as much as confirmed can be. Did
It feels
Ravensburger
higher,
even
right?
warn anybody about this? Like, I
No,
don't know. Did I miss this?
this just came out.
This
This
just
just
happened.
yeah, this is just a silent release, a soft launch, if you will.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, as far as that goes, like, I don't think we have any like confirmed numbers. As sure as crap seems like it. Like when you
Yeah,
look across Facebook, you're seeing Enchanted, you're seeing Iconic, you're seeing all these cards that you're like one dude's like, oh, I pulled two Iconics out of a case, and I was like, okay, like both
yeah.
Iconics. You're like, all right, well, there you
Well, it
go.
brings me back to that like a few months ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. Like I was seeing all these Japanese Twitter posts where they got Fabled as a bonus pack,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
just had pull rates out the butt, dude. They were just getting
hmm
Dumbos and Iconics and
right.
Enchanted Dumbos and Enchanted everything. I was like, when are we gonna get this? And it looks like it's here, maybe.
It looks like it might have showed up. And I think
Yeah.
honestly, to your point, right? Maybe that's where this all came from, right? They kind of started in Japan to see what the results
Hmm.
would look like from maybe price values and things like that. And that was their like QA testing ground to where they're like, all right, let's bring it over to the US and deploy it now. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it felt really good to rip packs, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I think more people are inclined to want to have packs when they are have shiny stuff in them, right? Like
Yeah,
buying your first box for a set, that's just kind of what you do, right? You want to get a base of cards, and then you can fill in with TCG player, whatever your strategy is. But
right.
if you go to like local events and you actually want to open like the newest pack because it has like real potential for an iconic or a real potential for an enchanted, that makes me want to play more. That makes me want to buy more. That makes me want to like engage with the Lorcana more. So
Events too. It makes you want to
yeah,
go to pack per win events. It
right,
makes you want
yeah.
to go because you're like, oh, that pack could
Ooh,
literally
yeah.
have a life-changing card in it, you
If the
know?
average is on in 5 packs, I open like 2 hits and maybe like I don't know. I want to open 5 packs now rather
Yeah.
than in 10 packs I could see nothing. I hate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny too because before it was like, oh, you saw an enchanted out of a box and you're like, cool, that box is dead. But
Yeah.
now is it still the same feeling? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
right. I don't know.
Because it might still be like, oh, well, I can still pull a Leggy out of it. Like I could still get a couple of, epics out of it or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, the epics have increased. Like
Hmm
foil legendaries are about maybe higher than what they've been in the past too.
Yeah.
Like I've seen quite a few packs where it's like legend enchanted, which is
Yep.
like okay.
That's crazy. Yeah. So I
So
don't know. I think
I want them to
honestly,
continue. If nothing else, too, I want the like it to go even more. Like if you think about like the pull rates in other games like Pokemon,
mhm.
Pokemon you're just opening like crazy stuff left and right. There's alt arts. There's like every pack you open has some crazy card in it. And you
Yep.
like if you're not in the know, you kind of like if you open a pack and you show the person who like I've done this like celebrity packs, right?
Mhm.
You show the person who got it, they're like, "Oh, that's $1." I'm like, "It looks so
It
cool."
looks really cool. There's no question. Like I open
Yeah.
Pokemon packs with my buddies all the time, and when we're opening, I'm like, "Is this good?" And they're like, "No." And
No.
I'm like, "It looks
Well,
freaking good. Like
well,
it
if
looks cool."
can I have it then?
Yeah,
Because I
right? Like,
want
can I
it.
keep this one? Because this one's pretty cool. It's shiny
Yeah.
and it also has cool art on it, you know?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think the one thing I will say is like we were talking about this, I don't remember how many episodes back it was, but we were talking about like guaranteed enchanteds out of
A box.
a box, right? Like or guaranteed something out of a box or a case or whatever, manipulating the cases to have a guaranteed enchanted somewhere in there,
Yeah,
right?
it'd be cool like if on the box they can say guaranteed like hollow legendary or like guaranteed. I don't know what they call enchanted like to the mass public, but like uh
But
full art something. I don't
But
know.
yeah, like
But
my initial reaction to that was like, I don't like it because then it's like, well, if I get the enchanted that I don't want, then it just feels bad. And then now I'm like, cool, well, I want a guaranteed like really good enchanted going forward,
yeah.
like or
Yeah.
whatever, where do you end? Increasing the pull rate feels like that, but better. Like it
Hmm.
feels like the guaranteed enchanted with no downside.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, rather than a guaranteed enchanted, like I don't know, there's tons of ways you can do it. Like they flip over the card and it's just like, look, there's your potential enchanted.
Yeah.
Instead, if you drive the average down, right? So instead of one out of like 20 packs, it's one out of 15, one out of 12 packs.
Right.
Then stuff like troves become more valuable to like
Right.
want, and then like your random prize packs are better because
Right.
now you're gonna hit more cards. Like I would really love to see like enchanteds go down to like maybe one out of 30 packs, maybe one in 25, something like
Mhm.
that. I
And I
think that
think you
would,
leave iconics where they're at, right? Like
yeah,
part
yeah.
of me is like, I don't know if they did increase the iconic count or if people are just buying a crap ton of product.
Right. Well, I've seen a bunch of people that are like open two cases, and I'm like, well, you'll pull an iconic, I guess, if you do that. But
Yeah, I mean that happens. But I don't know. I think it's one of those things where you're like, you ask yourself the question of like we still want some chase stuff
yeah.
because if you all of a sudden have all these enchanteds in there, we've already seen, and we're going to get into this, but we're going to start talking about prices of cards. We're already witnessing prices of cards driven way down right
Hmm.
now from like way down from
At least
previous sets
base
from what we've
rarity,
seen.
right?
Yeah, like
The
normally at this
the
time
enchanteds
you're
actually might go up coincidentally
yeah,
for because like if you're pulling more, people want them more, so they
yeah.
go out and buy them more, and then that raises like keeps the price stable rather
Hmm.
than remember like those locations that you would buy
Hmm.
and it's just like they're $30 for whatever random location. If you
Hmm.
have like a cool enchanted that you want now, I don't know, it keeps the price above like that $30 range, but
Yeah.
probably like 70, 80, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I agree that the enchanteds will stabilize or increase. I think that they are going to drive down, especially from like their pre-release values, which obviously
Sure.
always
Yeah.
happen.
Hmm.
But they're going to drive down, and then I also think you're going to get to a point where it's kind of like too much product and not enough demand. And
Yeah.
then that is really going to drive the price down. And it's going to happen, maybe not now, but it'll be kind of like a bubble that'll pop potentially
Hmm.
when everyone's kind of settled, the dust has settled after a few weeks. And yeah, you're going to see some crazy price fluctuations here and there. But I don't think, and maybe you'll start to see only price fluctuations during when like decks become more
Yeah.
playable and stuff like that. And maybe that's what you're going to see is these enchanteds that might have like playability, like your alien. Um, I guess Jesse would be another one that's pretty playable. And then obviously Merida is going to be playable. And then Buzz, I kind of on the fence about Buzz, but maybe there's a deck out there that's going to be able to utilize him really well. But yeah, I think maybe you're going to see it in the playability, but I think right now, especially before we get to any big tournaments, we don't even have like a big DLC in the US. So I don't know. When's the next DLC that's doing core constructed? Do we know?
Is there any left? I don't know. It would
Yeah.
have to be one of those ones that popped up after the schedule was released, and I'm not sure where those are at.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think potentially we get there and we start to see some price increase, but I think right now, I don't know. And that's my thought process is that it's just going to
Yeah.
drive the value down ultimately along the lines. And to that point, it as a collector, does it feel better or worse to be able to get the cards you want for a lower value, but also that they retain less value potentially?
Well, I really want to think about it from Ravensburger point of view because like inherently the value of cards does not matter to them, right?
Hmm.
Because they don't get any money off of these secondary markets. Like
No.
it could say 2,000 or it could say $2. It doesn't matter to them.
Yeah, they're still selling it for whatever. They're printing money
Yeah,
on
so
their
all
side.
that matters for us is whether or not this set sells better than the
Mm.
previous one, right?
That's a good point. That's a really good point. And it doesn't
Yeah.
like it begs the question to your point, Ravensburger doesn't care about the secondary market. So
Hmm.
if this is going to inspire people to buy more packs and open more packs, which spoiler alert for me, I feel like it does. I feel
Hmm.
like this tells me I want to go buy packs. I want to go rip packs because hey, there's potentially a hit in there.
Especially
Um,
when it's like high demand IPs, right? Like Toy
hmm.
Story.
Yeah,
People love Toy Story. But I
absolutely.
really think Ravensburger has this opportunity to treat it more like Pokemon does this really well, where it has enough value in the set that people just want to buy it, right?
Yeah,
Like the whole TikTok collector market aside, right? But you can get like a really cool card of like just commons, right? Like picture our epics, but like a little better. Like they're alternate art, they're like done by a specific artist, you know. There's this space that Ravensburger could tap into where they add more value to the set kind of like in hidden rarities, right? Not necessarily iconics, but like you could develop a rarity that's like alternate art and it, you know,
yeah.
there's all these ways to go with this and I think the demand is there, especially with the Disney IP in general. I feel like you can really sell some sets.
Well, I feel like they've already done that with this set. And that's the one thing I
Hmm.
will say is that this set, the alternate arts are your foil continuous art cards,
Yeah.
right? That's basically like a full art card that
Hmm.
they've actually put into the set. A lot of those because I keep seeing them, not just the Seven Dwarfs, but there's been a couple of other cards that have had continuous art attached to them. And so to me, I feel like they have that already. They have a
Yeah.
really good, and it's not like because alternate art, we all know like, oh, we're just doing full arts or blah blah blah. This is their own thing that they've kind of made themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
and there's been continuous art cards before. We know that in other, TCGs, but not like this. Like in my opinion, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think I've ever seen
They
continuous
usually
arts.
don't like connect like the way
Right,
Lorcana does, right?
right.
But yeah, like just tap into that space more. And the more we buy this set, you know, I think it'll only incentivize them to do it more, hire more artists, you know. They're
Yep,
still learning as they go. We're in a relatively new card game, so.
yep, absolutely.
But
The
I'd
one
love
thing
to
I
see
will
like this
say,
and continue.
sorry. Yeah, I agree. The one thing I will say is when I was looking at some of the card quality on the Enchanted that we pulled, I don't know if it looked that way due to intention. And I want to look at a couple more enchanteds and maybe the iconics, but it looks like the image quality is just not quite what it
Hmm.
was in previous sets. I don't know. I could be completely wrong on this, but when I first looked at it, I was like, that's interesting. And then I started looking at a couple of the epics and I kind of saw the same thing. So I don't know if it's, and this is probably just me being nitpicky, right? Like, but it just seems like potentially we were talking about what implications this could have. Could it cause some level of like disruption to the quality of the cards? Potentially. I don't know.
It just depends. I know like a lot of TCG companies use a lot of different printers,
Hmm.
right? So
Yep.
like a few different companies will print their cards. So maybe you'll have a batch out of this one company that sucks, you know,
Yep.
miscuts or low res images or something. But that's kind of an easy issue to solve, right? That's not
Right.
like at the core of the problem, that's not the biggest one, right? The biggest one is we just want more stuff to collect, right?
Yep. Well, and I mean, in theory, does Ravensburger have like a card replacement program if like?
I
if
don't
there's
know.
a manufacturer defect of
That is
sorts.
a great question.
Because I feel like they could, but it might
Hmm.
just be more effort than it's worth potentially.
Yeah, I wonder if they're established enough to have something like that yet or not.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. It's worth taking away as another agenda item in the future, I guess.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, like since we're on the topic of value, let's jump over to the card prices real quick and let's take a
Yeah.
look at a couple of those and see if we can't see where a few of these things ended up. I mean, the first thing I wanted to look at was just some of the enchanteds just to see where they're at. And these prices are market price from TCG Player. These are not
Hmm.
the lowest verified right now. So some of these prices are elevated, or all of these prices are elevated because the market price is like, I think, an average of the previous sales or
Yeah, it
something of
takes
that
like
nature.
the last 60 sales or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
A
so
number of sales.
I think yeah, if you were to look at these, right, the value is going to be a little bit lower, but yeah, ultimately, uh, you can see here that there's still pretty high valued enchanteds,
Hmm.
but we still have some of these lower valued enchanteds that drop down here, Milo Thatch, Kita, Zipper, which I mean, we're spoiler alert, we're gonna get to Zipper later, but that's kind of surprising to see that card there. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
stay
mean,
low, Zipper.
yeah, right. Stay down there. But yeah, we still have some of these cards that are going to be in the lower echelon. We have some that are going to be in the higher echelon, potentially due to playability and other things like that. But yeah, I mean, this looks pretty normal from an enchanted spread that we've seen in the past, right?
Yeah.
$300 all the way down to 80.
Yeah.
So,
You have a big spread and it's like you want your chase card. There's always a chase card.
yep.
Guess this time, like outside of Iconics, it's Jesse this time around with I thought it was gonna You've Got a Friend in Me 100%, but
Yeah.
looks like Jesse took the lead.
Jesse took the lead. I'm actually surprised to see Alien drop down a little bit too. I thought Alien's
Hmm.
like one of the most playable
Yeah.
enchanteds. Jack's getting no love right now either, which is really very interesting. Just kind of chilling in the middle of the group, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird on that one. I'm also a little shocked, and we'll get to this in the legendary prices. I'm a little shocked with Luisa being so undervalued right now. I just
Hmm.
feel like she's a great card, and
She's
maybe it's because it's post rotation will be better, but I don't know,
she's
man.
got the potential, right?
Yeah, she's got the best, like an amazing shift target. Like I don't, regardless of what you think about the shift character, the shift target is going to be a mainstay in Purple's decks as a one
For
drop,
sure.
right? Like
Yeah.
there's
The
no
thing is,
reason
it's
not
so
to play
good.
it. It's such a good card. So it's very interesting to see that value there. But yeah, I think this is a pretty decent spread of enchanteds, and yeah, let's jump over to the legendaries slash looks like one of the super rares popping up there, which surprise, surprise, it's a purple
Yeah.
dash par. So that doesn't shock me. But yeah, Dale obviously in the front, and I think we kind of called this last week, which was Dale just makes math not math.
Yeah.
So here we
He's
go.
like the easiest to just splash into something. You don't even have to think that hard. You don't have to come up with a combo. You're just like, it makes good cards better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a great card, and I think it's just fun to be able to make your opponent have to do something, right? That I feel like that's kind of one of those cards like was it Emerald Chromacon or like Snowfort or some of these other cards that are just kind of game breakers where you put them down on the board and you're like, answer this now, or else
Yeah.
there's problems in the future.
Snowball alert. Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes a big issue because then you just can't get rid of it. But yeah, I think there's Dale's just going to keep doing what it's doing. He's going to crack some decks, and we're all going to be fearing him a little bit and going to
Yeah.
have to respect the Dale.
He
So,
he he brings about like a very approachable game plan, right? You don't
mhm.
have to like be a theory crafter to realize that your Daisy becomes a 4/4 or like Elsa becomes a 5/5, right? You just kind of splash it into stuff and it's there. So you can just throw in high willpower stuff and you're good.
Yeah,
So easy approachability. No wonder it's sitting around that $17 mark. Last set this card would have been $40, so that's refreshing to see for my
absolutely.
pocketbook.
Absolutely. No, you're right. Like this is the angel of the set. This is the Dumbo of the set. This is
Yep.
the Demona of the set, right? Like it feels like that card that you're like, oh yeah, this is the one that really would have been a big dollar hitter. And you're only paying $20 for it right now. And in theory, that should just drive down if trends hold true, right? Like unless we find a reason for this card to be really rare, which, like I said, I pulled like six of them. So, like,
Well,
potentially it's not that rare.
another price factor in this one is there's no looming event either, right? This isn't
Mhm.
these cards are not going to be this isn't their best set, right?
Right,
Or this isn't the set they're going to be played in. Like this is
right,
where they shine, but we don't get a DLC with them. So
right,
you're not going to have people like going out of their way for Dales right now. They can, take a set off or whatever.
right.
If the next set, if like the upcoming Indianapolis was core, maybe you'd have a different say. But uh, no, he's keep it in line with. It might even go up after some CCQs. Maybe I could see it going into like the $20-25 range too if it got in sees enough play.
Maybe it'll be like the Tiana, right? Like where you go, Tiana was disrespected
$3,
forever.
$75.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's like the Tiana version, right? Of
Yeah.
whatnot. But it's yeah, I think Dale is going to be a great card in the future in general. And I think to your point, maybe some of these cards will rise in price. Like I said, I gotta just say that I feel like Luisa is gonna be a great card. Like
Hmm.
I just there's so many good things about this card whenever I read it and move up to one damage from chosen characters to this character. Then if this character has three or more damage, move all damage from this character to chosen opposing character. You pay one ink to do that. And like that's insane. And it's a shift three, which is always such an amazing number when it comes to singing songs. It the shift target, like I said, is just so good. I mean, look at Luisa. She's a freaking 0-3 with Challenger 2. I mean,
Yeah, that
what
card's good.
can you tell me a downside to this card? I can't.
Um,
I don't have one.
no, because you can just play Dale and then it's even better.
Yeah, I mean, it just becomes even better at that point. I
Then
don't
it's a
like
5/3. Does that sound good for
it's
one? I think
such a
so.
good card. I just love it so much. I think this is the best Luisa one drop that I've seen personally, but it's definitely or maybe the only one. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a card that I don't know. I'm gonna tell folks you should probably go get this card while it's still
Y-
$3.
Yeah,
You
keep
might
that
want
one
to
on
go
your
get
mind,
that one.
especially post rotation, right?
Absolutely. That card could really blow up.
It's
But yeah.
every once in a while you see a card that kind of makes your spidey senses tingle, right? You're like,
Yeah,
something about that card's not right. And then,
it's really another good indication factor is that it's purple. So
yeah.
amethyst card equals good. So you might as well just
Hmm.
go for it, right? But yeah, the legendary values, like we were talking about, they're down. Um,
But
it,
that's not necessarily a bad thing, right?
no, no, I'm good with
Especially
it.
for the like, if your player base is going to appreciate it, right? Like,
Absolutely.
I don't mind spending $2 per card.
No,
Buy play sets all day for that.
absolutely. There's no question about it. And I think we talked about this with the final, the 1K at Harside that had, the players there. And we looked at the average price of the deck and, the average price of the deck was like $200.
Hmm.
And I'm like, this is the best time ever to play Lorcana. You
Yeah.
can literally join the game tomorrow and build a competitive deck for $200 and have fun.
Hmm.
And you're not going to go in.
Or you could go to Magic the Gathering and spend $900
Right.
and I don't know, cry. I
Yeah.
think I would cry if I had to do that.
Or you can go to Riftbound, Richbound, and
Rich
spend
bound.
another $1,000 there. I don't know. I don't know what the average price is of a bunch of decks. I do know Magic is very much up there unless you're playing Commander, which seems like everybody's playing
But then
Commander.
even still, you can just have an outrageously priced deck.
Right. And then, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Good luck. I don't think you're ever
Let's
getting
just
into
not talk
Yu-Gi-Oh!
about it.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever getting into that for less than a couple thousand. And then, Pokemon. I don't know about the competitive scene in Pokemon, but it is very good from like a cost perspective.
Yeah, you could buy a competitive Pokemon deck for like $50, I think,
Yeah, but
which
but
is like,
ultimately the problem with Pokemon is the mechanics that you have to learn. Like I started investigating a couple of them. I was like, bro, these mechanics are wild. I have no idea what I'm doing. So,
well, and Pokemon has that other like their stuff is cheap because they have the freaking like they have their own stock market. You know what I mean? So
right, right. Yeah.
it's just different out there.
Very different. But yeah, I think this is the best time ever to be a Lorcana player. All right.
Yeah.
And this is, hey, get into it now. If you're on the fence and you're listening to this podcast because you're like, hey, I wanted to see what this is all about, jump in now because this is a great opportunity for you to get in, get a good deck if you're looking to play. And then
Yeah.
obviously as collectors,
Good
it's great,
good
great
time to
time to join.
introduce your friends too, right? There's
Absolutely.
like enough movies to get into now. You got like we got Pixar, we've got like Toy Story, Brave, pick any Disney movie and you can probably get somebody who's a fan invested now,
Fox
right?
and the Hound is
Just
gonna get them all, right? Like Fox
get
and
a
the Hound will get them
holo
all.
from any of their favorite movie and show it to them and say, "Hey, you should play this game. I think you'd like it."
I think you'd like it a lot. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be there. And the other thing I was going to mention, we were at the movie theater yesterday, and I saw the poster for Toy Story. What do you think the chances are that we see a Toy Story promo coming up
Oh, probably
with the
100%.
with the Toy Story 5 release?
If they did it for Moana and Zootopia, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think we might see another promo potentially. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed on that one. But yeah, you
What do
heard
you
it here first if it happened. We totally called it.
which character do you think it's going to be? Or do you think it's going to be in action? Friend and me?
Oh, Friend and Me could be interesting. I don't know. Will it be because it doesn't release until June? So would it be new set? Would it be set 13?
Maybe. But
Yeah.
I feel like they would do like you remember how they did the alt art of the Zootopia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would just do that with
Well, I
like
thought
Friend
that
and Me or
wasn't
something.
that like early though? Because wasn't I don't know, I'm gonna have to look it
No, it
up.
was late. You got that card like after the set had already been out for a while.
Because I know the Moana card was early. The
Yeah,
Moana,
Moana was early, but the
yeah.
Zootopia card came out like a couple months after the set.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, in that case, then yeah, likely I would see that be the scenario with the glimmer foil treatment, just like the other
Yeah,
ones.
I
That'd
bet.
be
I
pretty
bet they
cool.
do it.
That'd be cool. But yeah, this looks good. I mean, let's buy some cards. Let's play some cards, right? Like, I think we're ready to build some really cool decks. I don't know what the rest of the sets are doing. I think Dumbo's still ridiculous, if I recall correctly. Let's go look at the rest of the sets while we're here.
I mean,
Fabled.
all the Fabled stuff is outrageous, right?
Dumbo's 30.
Yeah, but look at the enchanted.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness. Let's get some freaking Fabled sealed. Who saved a box of Fabled sealed?
I got a first chapter sealed.
Hey, I do
Is that
too.
good?
I got a first chapter sealed and it's at my buddy's house and I pretend like it doesn't exist. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What does the first chapter prices look like? Those dropped out of the floor a while back. Elsa's still kind of up there. Stitch, Belle. Yeah, they're not terrible. Still
Yeah,
have
they're
some pretty,
down more than I thought they'd be, but
yeah.
still.
Go get your giant fairies. I don't know. I think I still feel every time I look at a first chapter enchanted, I'm like, oh, that's an epic.
Yeah.
So
First chapter enchanteds are a little worse for wear nowadays.
yeah, epics
Like
walked in and they're like, look
my
at me.
Glimmer foil
I'm the
Elsa looks
enchanted
better
one.
than this, right?
Yeah, right. I think the glimmer foil else is pretty dope. I don't know. I think this one in person, every time I've seen it in person, has been stunning. So
Well, this is one of those cards that like it just kind of looks like it's straight out of the movie, right? Where the other
absolutely.
ones have like an artistic flair to it. This one
Yeah.
just looks like a scene.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. It's a good one. But yeah, with that in mind, why don't we jump into our final agenda item? I think we wanted to talk about some really spicy deck lists, right? If I'm
Yeah, I
right.
mean, prices aside, you got to use the cards anyway. So let's talk about how to use them.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share up these deck lists that we have available to us. Thank you to Sam for always keeping us on in check with these cool deck lists. So we'll start off with the Seven Dwarfs deck list from Tiago. This is so cool. It's a theme list, right? We got all
Yeah.
seven dwarfs except for Jamona and Elsa. So
This one kind of stood out to me just as like a little new set fun and flair, right? Like it takes
absolutely.
some like good things about like existing metas. You got your Dumbo, your Cheshire Cat, your Elsa, right? Your Jamona.
Jamona.
But yeah, and then you can throw in like all the new dwarfs. I'm
Yeah.
pretty cool. Like they have some cool like it's not every day you get to play like what is this right behind you card? It's cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
A 4 mana 7/7 sounds really good to me.
I agree. That's absolutely wild.
Oh, sorry, a three mana. Three mana is 7/7.
That's insane. Yeah, no, there's no question about that, right? Being able to play a Seven Dwarfs character for free, that's
Mhm.
crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Um, and a princess in play. And Pocahontas is a princess. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Why isn't Demona a princess? That would have been
Yeah,
great.
that would have been really fair, I think, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been, I think that would have been helpful. Put
Yeah,
Demona as a
but all of
princess.
this, like every card in this deck, just kind of works in ways you don't expect it to, right? Like,
Right.
they all have synergies with each other. I just think it's really fun. It's a good place to start if you're thinking about a deck to build for, just like getting into this new set.
Hmm.
Because if you think about it, this is like the fun set, right? You get
Right.
to have a blast. You get to play an only set champs. You just get to do whatever. So this is the set to goof off. If you're a hyper competitive player, shout
Hmm.
out the Tigers. You guys got to have some more fun. Start playing stuff like this.
Heyo, get after them. But yeah, I think this is lots of fun. And the other thing that's really important to note is that it's a theme deck, right? Like you walk in here and this is Seven Dwarfs themed. You're having fun with it. You can kit this out with the continuous art foils. You can really kind of lean into some of the goofiness. And this is going to be your last chance to play with these steel dwarf characters on
Yep.
top of these brand new amethyst dwarf characters that we got this set because rotation happens next set and we lose
Yeah.
all these set 5 cards. So
You've kind of got this sweet spot where you can still use Doc in this Seven Dwarfs like theme, right?
right, and I mean I think this deck in general, I don't know. I'd have to like start actually investigating. But Happy is what it is a black heron, right? It looks
Yeah.
like, and then you've got obviously Pocahontas made huge waves last set. Her being a princess adds to this deck because of right behind you,
Hmm.
and I think there's other dwarf characters that had princess synergies if I recall correctly. But yeah, the Sleepy, when their character is banished, if you have a Seven Dwarfs or a princess character in play, you may draw a card.
Yep.
Okay, so we turn it into a whatever you want to call it, the uh,
Diablo.
yeah, Diablo, right? With one strength. So
Yep.
that's super
And then
nice.
like Snow White, just her text alone is really good for a three drop, right?
Absolutely, no question. And I mean, when you're able to, let's see here, Seven Dwarf character, whenever this character quest, you may return chosen Seven Dwarfs character. Yeah, whenever you're returning a card to your hand, to draw a card, like it gives this little what is it, rabbit feelings, right?
Yeah,
And you're
repeat
like,
your docs, you know.
let me bounce my dock back, and then go ahead and draw a card for that. Like, okay, I've already gotten two benefits out of this right away.
Yep.
So
And she
that's
just if she gets challenged, she just puts herself right back in your hand. So
yeah.
you keep a lot of card advantage in this deck, and I don't know, the cards just kind of flow together, right? You can cheat out that Grumpy, the 7/7 that quests for two. You can
Hmm.
do that as early as turn three. The Bashful, um, pretty good with evasive, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think this is very fun deck. It's very interesting. I think it'll have a lot of a really good opportunity to play. I wonder if you start to see things like dropping out the Dumbo for like Yzma, or you get
Yeah, there's
those
a lot
fun
of
little strategies that you can
for
throw into it,
sure. I think
right?
this deck has a lot to play with. It might not, consistently remain tier one, but you're gonna catch people off guard with like all of the crazy combos you can do with these dwarves.
Mhm. Yep. I'm still just geeking out about the fact that it's a cool theme deck ultimately. So big
Yeah,
fan.
that's what we wanted to see. We talked about that last set, right? Like
Absolutely.
we had a whole episode just like only on theme decks, and here we go. We got
Yeah.
like a really cool one.
No, and that's like when I saw that the did the Snow White and the Seven Dwarf stuff, I still feel like they could have made this more oppressive. Like I feel like they could have made a Seven Dwarfs deck just a little bit broken, right?
Yeah. So
Like,
we've got the theme part down. Now we just
yeah.
need the power behind it.
Yeah, let's make it a little broken on top
Yeah.
of it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe someone's cooking with this one and they'll find a way to make this even more powerful than I'm giving it credit for. But I don't know. I'd really love to see something to the effect of like an Exodia with seven dwarfs, like you have all seven
Yeah.
dwarfs out and you just win, like something
Yeah.
crazy, like cool combos that you could run into there. I don't know. That'd
Maybe
be
we need when Lightning McQueen eventually makes his triumphant entrance into Lorcana, we need a win the race mechanic
mm,
that also wins you the game, right?
That would be
That
crazy.
there's your Exodia mechanic.
I like that. You win the race and you win the game, and you could incorporate the speedways, the Sugar Rush
Yeah,
Speedway, and he's a
exactly. Like,
racer
yeah, you
character.
get
Yeah,
racetracks and there you go.
that would be a good way to make Infinity really exciting,
Yeah.
right? Like I feel like that would be a fun way to make
It would have to be
Infinity.
really hard to pull off, but it should win you the game, in my
Right.
opinion.
That would be cool. I'd like to see something like that in Infinity with like these combo decks that they take a little while of setup, but then when you do get them to go, they go. That would be
Hmm.
really cool to see. So that's fun. All right, well, let's jump to the next one.
Okay.
This one is a sweet Robin Hood deck. So Sapphire Steel Robin Hood deck. Because hey, we got a shift target for Robin Hood. And then we spoiled it earlier, but guess who's in this deck? Mr. Zipper.
The Zipper,
The
a
Zipper.
surprising character. So Zipper shifts for two with a one cost shift target, right? He
Yeah.
shifts for two, and when he quests, you can add his willpower to the strength of another character. And he has willpower of six.
Yeah. That's
So
crazy.
instant synergy, with Calhoun, with Robin Hood. So with Robin Hood, you can just take out a character,
Hmm.
gain two lore. You're banishing most cards in the game with nine strength, but um, also he works with Alice, right?
Hmm.
So you add his willpower to Alice, and Alice says if you have over 10 strength, you get four extra lore pips. So a
Yeah.
lot easier with support in this one to give Zipper, uh, make the Alice, I should say, get 10 strength.
Right. No, absolutely. It's very, very quick and easy to jump up to 10 when you're already getting six in one go, right?
Yeah.
Like that's pretty crazy. And then beyond that, his shift target is sticky as ever because he's a 0/4 that do you really want to dedicate two
Yeah,
challenges to get rid of? I don't know.
exactly. Well, he can just sit on the board too, and then you have to like thunderbolt him or like
Yeah.
four character strength him if he just doesn't turn left too. So,
Yeah, he's just
uh,
eating up freaking removal, right? At the end of
yeah.
the day. So,
And this deck also makes use of the Merida, which I really like. I wanted to showcase a deck that makes use of the Merida. So this is the
absolutely.
one of the coolest I found was, you get a little bit of all sorts of flavors, right? You get the Merida stuff with regular blue steel, and then you also have like this Alice Zipper combo, which
Mhm.
I think is really cool.
Well, and I think it's really exciting too because every time I read Merida, she gets better. I was talking about this before the podcast, but every
Yeah.
time I read the text, I'm like, this is actually really good because you play her, you can get your three arrows back, right? Which at the end of the day is still just an inkable card,
Hmm.
no matter what, right? If you're not doing anything else with it, it's just an inkable card back into your hand that you had already used potentially to smack somebody around with. And then beyond that, whenever you're dealing damage, you deal two additional damage, dealing damage with an action. You deal two additional damage on top of that. So like, your strength, like all of a sudden it doesn't matter that you're only dealing one damage with your strength because it's actually dealing three.
Yeah.
And then your he hurled his thunderbolts is dealing six. Like these numbers are insane off the
And then
top.
those are like separate triggers too, right? So you can
Right.
like deal the one from the strength to kill one thing, and then banish another thing with the extra two. And then if you're singing with Ariel, you have an extra two to play with. So it's
Oh, it
like,
has to be that character though.
oh, it
Whatever
does?
character you targeted,
Oh, the
yeah.
three arrows. Okay.
So whatever you target with the opposing character gets the extra
Okay.
two. Yeah.
So
So
it's not as broken as I thought it was,
yeah,
but
you
still.
can't like spread it around as much, but still, I mean, like I said, I think this takes away those moments where you're like, I don't really want to sing strength right now because it's just going to deal one damage. But now you're like, oh, I can sing
Oh,
strength. It's going to
three's
deal
great.
three. Yeah,
Yeah.
three's fine. Three's usually a
Or
really good
like those
number.
awkward numbers when you only have two, right?
Yeah,
If two becomes four.
yeah, that's easy.
Welcome
That's
back, Zeus.
math is math now. This is very exciting. So
I'm also just like staring at this and I'm realizing that Zipper Lexington are just automatically powers up the Alice, right?
that's crazy. Yeah. Zip
Same with
you
Zipper Calhoun.
Yeah, you quest with Zipper, give the six to Lexington, and then quest with Lexington and give all 10 to Alice.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is great. And then it also includes one of my like favorite cards from the set, which is like McDuck Manor 2.0.
The Casa.
The Casa Madrigal, which I mean, it's not only a McDuck Manor. I mean, it's not nine. It was McDuck nine? I think it was
Yeah,
nine. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's not nine, but whenever you have a character there that quests, you can remove two
Yeah.
from it, which is
So instead of nine,
insane.
it actually has a useful effect.
Right. And so like you actually can and it does the thing that I love about locations and what I've always been like, we need a reason to move to the location in most
Yeah.
cases. Like you can't just park a location out there and be like, well,
Right.
it's
Like that was
done.
kind of lame about Manor is you didn't have a reason to go there.
Yeah. It's like
But
people would
here it's
move there
like,
just out of memes, but now it's like,
yeah,
oh, I want to move a character there because then I'm going to quest and I'm going to remove the damage that you parked on it. And you're going to have to deal exactly 7 that turn to be able to get rid of this, right? So
that's right.
it's a really fun little thing there, right? I
Also
think
plays that new song, the What Else Can I Do, where I
right.
misread and didn't realize it gives all characters ward.
All characters, we have a Pegasus shift from previous sets in a
All
song.
characters is a little gross because now I can like set up my Alice checkmates, like my
Yep.
Goliath is safe. It's just that card's good.
Yeah,
That
no.
card's really good.
Good card. I think and it's a 5 cost uninkable, but guess what? We're shifting 5 with who? We're shifting
Robin
3 to Robin
Hood.
Hood that sings for 5. Let's go, right? Like we've
And
got
then
our
he's
guy.
protected. Yep.
Yep. I mean, this is just amazing. And I think this is a fun deck. This is gonna be really exciting to play with. I don't think it's going to be super oppressive right now, but this is exciting. And I think
Yeah.
Merida's a great card. I think this set really released some great cards. I think the only card in this deck I'd probably think about removing is Goliath. I think you probably you probably
How did I
do.
know you were gonna say that?
Goliath, everybody knows I'm the biggest hater of Goliath. I
Hmm.
will always be the biggest hater of Goliath. It's the worst card in the game. Makes you feel like you're winning and you're losing. But yeah, this is a really cool deck. I like this a lot. So let's jump to the next one.
All right.
All right, last deck, and guess who it features?
Last
Miss
but not certainly not least is our big friend Dale.
Big old Dale.
You
Dale's
knew we
in
had to
there.
include, and we've only been talking about how cool he is for the last 2 weeks. So
Oh my
here you
gosh.
go. A
All
little
right.
showcase.
Let's
This is
just do
kind of
some
like,
math real quick, right? Madam Mim is
yeah,
a 7/7.
okay.
Mrs. Incredible is a 6/6.
Mm-hmm.
Elsa's a 5/5.
Your
Uh,
one drop's a 3/3.
Palace
Your
Guard's
other
a
one drops a 4
4/4.
4.
This is insane.
Yeah,
What's
it's cool.
happening?
It's really cool.
Genie's a 4/4 now.
Yeah. And
This
you get
is
Ohana means family.
oh my gosh. This is disgusting. This is
When I saw
disgusting.
Dale, this was kind of like the first thing on my mind was, oh my goodness, Elsa just became insane
Yeah, I mean we talked about it last week. I have now exerted your genie and taken him out in one
for
one
free.
movement. So
Yeah.
oh man. Such a cool deck.
Like one of
Uh
the only things it cannot remove is an opposing Madam Mim elephant, right?
yeah.
That's like the only thing Dale does not allow Elsa to remove. 4 mana or the 4 man or the 4 ink Demona that's a 5/4/6, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that 4/6
Otherwise, Elsa
Demona.
banishes everything else in the game, I think.
Yep. No,
More or
Elsa
less.
just wrecks it. She's a
Yeah.
5/5 now. That's just insane. And I think, yeah, you play it on curve too. You go Dale,
Mm-hmm.
Elsa. Like,
Correct, yeah.
all right.
As if you didn't if that's fair, right? Is that good? Is that fair?
No, this is not fair. Because then you play Grandmother Willow on 2, and then
Well,
Palace Guard for free, and then you
I
play
just
Dale
think
on 3, and then you play Elsa on 4.
the Will-O-Wisp combo too with Dale, crazy.
Yeah.
Challenges for 3/3 and then adds it to his hand.
And you just
And
put
you
it
just
back in your
and you just
hand.
and you just throw it right back on the field. Here you go. Keep
Okay, so
dealing
it's
with
a
this.
it's a
It's gross.
black
It's
hand that
gross.
you just
Yeah.
threw back in your hand. That's
Uh-huh.
crazy.
Yeah, it's dumb. I don't know. This deck is really cool.
Dale's gonna make a lot of people cry. I'm not
Yeah, I
gonna
think
lie.
Dale's gonna be a really hated card, but I'm out here thinking this is really cool. Like I don't
This is
even
fun.
care if somebody comes out and just whoops me with this deck. I'm like that was probably the most fun you've ever had in your life, huh?
Can't
And
even
they're
be
gonna say
mad.
yes every time.
And this is still playing Raging Storm. It's still playing, you got the
Yeah, you got
librarian
look
there,
how
because why
many
not?
other options you have outside of Dale. You've got the Hades, you've got Elsa, you got Demona, you got Madam and Elephant. Ohana means family. Horseman strikes. Raging Storm.
This is
Like your
crazy.
deck competes even without Dale.
Yeah.
Add in
No.
Dale and it just becomes even spicier.
Yeah, this is fun. I like this list a lot. And I mean, even then, just giving your grandmother Willow 2/2, that's pretty
Hmm.
crazy. Oh man,
Yeah,
so much fun. There's nothing else I could say. Dale is by far the best card in the set.
and
We've seen it.
you get a ramp to Dale too because you have the Willow plus the Lantern, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
pretty
Oh, you got the
good.
lantern in there too. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. This is disgusting.
yeah. It's like Blurple, but you get to play Dale.
Well, the nice thing is I pulled a playset of Dale, so I'm just gonna build this list
There
now.
you go. You're
Done.
welcome.
Yeah. I appreciate that. What could I
I know. I
say?
think this deck looks like the most fun to play of the three that I linked.
Absolutely.
Uh, Again, I'm going to mention that if you want to browse what people are cooking up with the new set,
Yep.
best place I can recommend is going to dreamboard.ink and just clicking browse decks. Going to
Dreamborn.ink,
have the
baby.
most trending decks, and you can look at all set 12.
And if you keep your collection on there, unlike unnamed players that I will definitely not name, Jacob, if you keep your collection on Dreamborn instead of on the Lorcana app, you can just export it and then upload your deck list directly to PlayHub when you're getting ready to submit your deck list for the tournaments, right?
Yep.
So super simple. It's a fun product, and it's free. Doesn't cost anything. I think that has some ads, but like, hey, buy them a coffee or something, man. They deserve
Yeah.
it. So. It's good stuff. But yeah, I think Dreamboard's great. Also, go get your playtesting on the unknown, unnamed online clients that shall not be known of. Go
hmm
play on Fight Club.
hmm
And yeah, I think that's about
Let us
it.
know how Dale's working out for you because I'm just really excited about that card. I'm excited about the Merida. Um, I'm gonna have some Merida bounties, I think, this these coming set champs. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna talk about some different color combinations. Like I don't want you to just go win with blue steel. That's the easiest combo with Merida. But if you do some Merida shenanigans with another color, let me
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
I got some packs for you.
I think the one thing too is that there's so many cards from this set that I when I was ripping packs, I just was reading cards, and
Yeah.
I didn't actually get around to like reading a lot of these cards when it came to like the release events and stuff. I've been super busy, but like I've been reading some of these cards, and I'm just like, yeah, that's pretty good. Like there's
Yeah.
some stuff in here. Like the one thing you could add to something like this to make it a little bit more aggressive is you can throw the dash par in there, like
Yeah.
the immediate quester or whatever. There's all kinds of fun stuff that is
hmm
up with this set, and you give yourself a chance to kind of learn and read into it. But yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, before we bounce, the last thing I wanted to mention was we wanted to spoil it a little bit that we are in the works of creating some new player kits. We have some new
hmm
player kits coming. We have some exciting giveaways coming. So tune in. If you're not currently tuning in, tune in. We are
Yep.
going to be very consistent with our release schedule. We're going to try to have a new episode out every single Wednesday going forward. So Wednesday in the morning, I should be able to put it up. You should be able to watch it, listen, put in your comments, get entered for these giveaways that we're going to have. Like I said, most specifically, we'll be giving away to new players. So we'll be asking you to nominate those new players in here, send them a link to the podcast, let them listen to it, give them a chance to understand a little bit more about the game. Put in your questions, right? Hit us with comments, hit us with any kind of questions, anything you want to be seen on here. And then we're also going to be bringing on some guests that are local amazing players. We'll try to get some folks that have been elusive for us, and we'll get some
Yeah.
other ones that we've made some promises to in the past. So
That's
it's
right.
going to be really exciting.
You'll see some hopefully we can get a consistent round of guests coming on the show. That would be really fun.
Absolutely.
It's really good to get other perspectives too. You guys got to get tired of our voices occasionally. So,
Well, and I don't know if I said this last time, but my guest I really want to get on and just pick his brain for a minute is Anthony Eckroth. I would really love to sit and listen to about how he goes through his process, how he goes through his plays. Because if nobody's had a chance to sit across from Anthony Eckroth, it is a treat to watch how he does his
it's equally
game plan.
parts enlightening and oppressive, right? You're like,
Absolutely.
"Oh, this is how you this is what Lorcana looks like." Okay.
It's
I'm
terrifying.
understanding now.
It's terrifying, but at the same time, it's like this really cool feeling of you get to see somebody who's just got such a great cadence to the game and has this really good flow. And so hopefully we can get him on. I really love to have him on here. And then obviously we just have so many great players. I can't even name them all. And we want to get him on here. Maybe we get some artists. I don't know. We
Yeah,
gotta see if we can figure some stuff out there and have some fun with it. But
that's right.
cool. Well, that's all I got. And, like I said, my new sign off is Justin doesn't say good morning. So, hey, in case you see me, I don't say good morning. Submit your deck lists.
That's right.
Uh,
Take care, everybody.
See you guys.
See you
Have a
next
good day.
time.
Bye.